Wow, the rain is really coming down outside the office of the Patriot today. So sorry if the mic is picking it up, but these are the hurdles I have to go through to bring you content. So on with the show. On January 27th, 2024, Donald Trump held a caucus rally in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I attended the event. This was the first political presidential rally I have ever attended, and it was an amazing and educational experience. While standing in line to get into the auditorium, I was listening to the people all around me talk about what they believed was wrong with the United States today, how they would fix it, and some of the hopes that people have for Donald Trump becoming the 47th president of the United States. While watching Trump deliver his speech to the people, I remembered a conversation I had with a local politician here in Henderson, Nevada. We talked about what it took him personally and professionally to get elected into office. During the conversation, he asked me why I hadn't considered becoming a politician and running for office. And the question caught me off guard, so I responded with a flippant answer that amounted to not wanting to give up my free time. That's the truth, but there is a lot more to it. And in this episode of Office of the Patriot, I'm going to go into those reasons which amount to a political evolution that has moved us from a representative government to an authoritarian one by virtue of the political class. Hello, and welcome to the Office of the Patriot. In this office, I try to make sense out of the nonsense of the progressive left and rhino right. If you are a subscriber, thank you for your continued viewership. It is appreciated. If you are a returning viewer, please take a moment to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future presentations. And if you are a first-time visitor to my channel, well, congratulations on finding it. It's usually hidden very well by the YouTube algorithm. However, I do hope you find the content worth coming back for. My name is Myron Ybarra, and I'm your host. Let me be clear. I absolutely hate politicians, and that's because I believe everything that comes out of their mouth is a half-truth at best, and in all likelihood, an outright lie. In fact, I believe politicians were never supposed to hold office here in the United States. You're probably wondering, what the hell do I mean politicians shouldn't hold office? That's exactly who is supposed to hold office. At least, that's what they've been told. And that's the problem. According to the United States Constitution, the only person who can hold office is a representative of the people. As a matter of fact, I couldn't even find the word politician anywhere in the United States Constitution. The Constitution identifies titles for these representatives like House Representative, Senator, and President of the United States, and there are others. So, what is a representative? According to the Oxford Dictionary, a representative is a person chosen or appointed to act or speak for another or others. This unlike a politician, who is a person who is professionally involved in politics. And politics are the activities associated with the governance of a country or other area, especially debate or conflict among individuals or parties having or hoping to achieve power. So in the strictest sense, I'm already a politician because I am professionally involved in politics by virtue of this channel, and the activities associated with the governance of a country would be my vote. So I definitely meet the metric of a politician, though it's not a title I choose to use. The office of the politician sounds like a place one would go to hear doublespeak, and we already get that via our government. However, unlike an elected politician, my presentations will not inherently have a detrimental effect to the public at large. If you don't like what I'm saying, you can always stop the video, or you can change the channel, or you can state your opinion in the comment section below. Okay, so back to my conversation with the local candidate I referred to earlier. I asked him how he structures his campaign, and in other words, how does he approach his constituency, given that the area he campaigned in is diverse socioeconomically and culturally. And he stated that he structures his comments, his speeches, to the demographic of the people or person he is speaking with or to. He claimed if he didn't do this, some of the constituency would likely feel disenfranchised. And I have a couple of issues with this. First, at one time or another, everybody is going to feel disenfranchised. A reasonable person cannot expect that their representatives are going to support or oppose every issue they do. Next, while I understand this is a way to gain broad-based support from the constituency, to me it isn't genuine. It smacks of hypocrisy. If the people don't know where you stand on issues that are important to them, that's one thing. But when they believe you stand with the issues that are important to them, and later they find out that your stance on positions shift like the wind, you come off as a liar. And that can't be good for re-election. As I stated earlier, people aren't going to agree with you on every single position, even within the same party. And governance in any form can't effectively function through consensus. Our bureaucracy and government is already bloated, so trying to get a consensus of the people on how a representative should vote on every issue would slow down an already ponderous process. So, in a perfect world, a representative candidate would be legally compelled to stand by their campaign promises. Otherwise, they should face severe sanctions up to and including removal from office. And let me explain with an example. If I'm a pro-life candidate and my position is that I believe life begins at fertilization, then I should not only make my position clear during my campaign, but I should be compelled to hold that position during all legislative acts or face the aforementioned sanctions. Unfortunately, most of our elected representatives from local government all the way up to the federal government change their positions on issues more than they hold true to their campaign promises or, if I'm being honest, their moral and ethical positions they claim guide their decisions. Staying with the same example, abortion. The public is going to have numerous opinions on abortion and right-to-life issues. It's up to the representative to convince his or her constituents who don't hold the same belief that he or she is right. This is one of the components of the political process, convincing others that your idea is the right one. The other part of the political process is compromise. And if he or she is unable to convince the public, their constituency, that their position is the right one, then ostensibly they are not the right person to represent that group of people. And therein lies another problem. Most representative candidates are filled with hubris, which makes it very difficult for them to acknowledge this and step aside when it's in the best interest of the people. And you're seeing this play out right now in real time with Nikki Haley's presidential campaign. She got her butt kicked up to her shoulders in the last two state primaries by Donald Trump, and still, she believes that she is the best choice to secure the Republican Party nomination. It's apparent she isn't really concerned about what conservative Americans need. She just wants to be President of the United States and is willing to do or say anything to that end. To illustrate my point, here's a collage video of Nikki flip-flopping back and forth on critical issues based on the demographics of her audience.
I would not run if President Trump ran. I'm Nikki Haley, and I'm running for president. I will not now, not ever, support raising the gas tax. Let's increase the gas tax by 10 cents over the next 3 years. Every person on social media should be verified by their name. That's, first of all, it's a national security threat. I never said government should go and require anyone's name. So I think China's been a really great friend of ours. Yes, I view China as an enemy. That was not what I intended to say. I do not think we need to pull money from the UN. The UN, the only thing is we would defund the UN as much as possible.
There's a saying, the reluctant leader is usually the best choice. Unfortunately, virtually all elected office seats require citizens with some measure of confidence, of hubris, to run and hold office. So, if the representatives are unwilling to police themselves, the people should be empowered to do it for them. To that end, here are my suggestions for cleaning up political campaigns and holding representatives to their campaign promises. First, legally enforceable sanctions for representatives who fail to vote, represent, or otherwise publicly endorse promises they made during their campaign. And campaign contributions can only come from individuals. This would require a SCOTUS ruling or change to nullify the Santa Clara County v. Southern Pacific Railroad finding for personhood for corporations, which is crazy, and Citizens United v. FEC, which allows for almost unlimited political contributions by business entities. Americans should have the right to know where their prospective candidate stands on issues that they have some measure of influence on while in office. The American voter has been without that information for quite some time. And I believe it's well past time to get rid of these politicians on both sides of the aisle and bring back representatives of the people into government. This concludes today's presentation of Office of the Patriot. If you enjoyed the content, please take the time to like, subscribe, and share my channel on your social media. It is appreciated. Also, please take the time to comment. Engagement is one of the major metrics YouTube employs in their search algorithms. The more people that like and comment, the more my channel comes up when social and political content like mine is searched for. And as always, have a blessed day and stay safe out there.